There he is, QB1, one of the young studs in this league. Drake Maye out there throwing straight darts right here. He's tucking it and running, showing that athleticism. I was screaming from the rooftops last season. I want to see him run it a little bit more. Maybe we'll see that this season. But Drake Maye, bigger, faster, stronger. Will he be even better than a near MVP campaign than last season? That's what we're talking about right here on Boston Has Entered the Chat with you. 617-582-CHAT. Call us, get in here, let's talk QB1. So let's start here. I mean, obviously, the big acquisition for Drake Maye, for the Patriots this offseason was A.J. Brown. We talked till we were blue in the face if this trade was ever going to happen. It finally does. A.J. Brown is here. What are we expecting, not only from Drake Maye, but that connection specifically this season?
What we've seen with the connection throughout training camp, it has improved.
Yeah.
So I think, because he was 11 for 11 today at training camp, and he started out, 3 for 10, or it was something like that. Was not as good. It has improved throughout camp. So I feel like it will only get better. And it will be there will be no concerns about chemistry, I don't think, going into the season.
Brown's a pads player.
Yes.
I don't really pay attention to much when guys aren't wearing pads.
Sure.
A.J. Brown did not have a good first few days of camp. What does that matter when guys aren't wearing pads? He's not a separation.
Literally useless.
Yeah, he's not a separation receiver anyway. So, yeah, encouraging news over the last few days.
Yeah, I'll echo what I said earlier in the week. It doesn't matter until pads come on. Drake Maye is notoriously a slow starter in training camp, as are all starting quarterbacks. They take a little bit to get into the swing of things. Once pads come on and it's like football and not 7-on-7, things get a little bit easier for the guys who play football.
I mean, you guys did see the footage that we played coming back, though. I mean, that's not real football.
Oh, that's not real football.
That's not real football at all.
And I'm a firm believer in the training camp stats don't matter. Like, I know you referenced 11 for 11.
Yeah.
I think he has 2 incompletions over the last couple days. That's great.
Good.
In theory.
You should go 11 for 11.
They play on the same team.
Yes.
They know what the other teams are running.
Yes.
Right.
There's no scout team right now. It's what the Patriots run. Drake Maye knows what the Patriots run, so he can pick them apart if he wants to. Once they get into joint practices with the Philadelphia Eagles, once he gets, 19 preseason snaps over the course of a couple games, that's the stuff that you can put a little bit of credence in.
I tell you what I want to see on tape is ball security drills from Drake Maye. That's what the hell I want to see, because we need to clean that up if he is going to take that next leap, A.J. Brown or not. Here's Drake Maye talking about the him and A.J. Brown connection.
Just trying to get a feel for what he's seeing, what I'm seeing, what he's kind of feeling out there when he's running routes in coverage. We got some great competition. Him and Gonzo are going back and forth and going at it. So it's great for us to talk and pull up some old things that he's run and how he liked to run them and what he liked to do in the routes and kind of different looks. So it's just trying to feel the connectivity building. And I think that's the biggest thing with a player like him and a lot of players that we have. It's my job to try to give them the ball when they want and when they when I feel like they're open, and that's what he's just trying to build a relationship with me and him. And I think you're just seeing it get better every day, and I think that's the best thing about training camp is what you use it for. And I'm blessed to play with a player like him and looking forward to give him the rock and see him do his thing.
I tell you what, gang, I mean, if you want to learn how to get the ball to A.J. Brown, as you said, he's not a great separator type player, why not go up against Gonzo every day in practice? Because there's no other better corner in this league than him to figure out how do I get this ball to A.J. Brown when he's covered, right? You got to throw a guy open. Yeah. You can throw it up to A.J. Brown or throw him open. He's learning how to do that.
It probably hurts Christian Gonzalez's ability to get ready for different kinds of receivers, but I don't want to see those two guys against anybody else. I want the best on best, iron sharpens iron type thing. Let those two guys battle, because I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt it's going to make A.J. Brown better.
Yes.
Christian Gonzalez can go cover a slot guy in 3 weeks. I want to see those two guys against each other.
What helps Drake? Because again, A.J. Brown's not running away from anyone at this stage of his career. But he is a guy, big body, he can box you out, you can throw it up to him.
I mean,
you just got to figure it out.
What is anybody learning if Charles Woods is on A.J. Brown? Nothing. No one's learning anything. So let your all-pro guys be all-pro guys against each other.
I'm just still stunned that Christian Gonzalez is out there,
I
to be totally honest.
It's genuinely like he deserves a round of applause.
Agreed.
This does not happen in 2026.
No, it does not.
If you have even a slight capability of getting a new contract, you do not practice in full pads. And he's done literally everything.
He
Don't
should
get
be
set
a
up for a
captain
second.
for this.
Right.
You think
Yeah.
that this goes into the list of reasons why he has deserved being the captain.
And Luz, he's not out there covering Kyle Williams. He's
Right.
covering A.J. Brown, for God's
Yes,
sake.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, have
and
fun with that.
Just listening to Drake May too. He's just perfect. The guy is perfect. He says all the right things.
Except when it matters.
Remember, it's really the talking that matters, Matt, when it comes to how he's going to be on the field. Remember earlier in training camp when A.J. Brown just got here and the way that Drake May was talking about A.J. Brown and said he's willing to learn. You have Drake May saying this about a veteran who just joined the team. It's just fascinating how the dynamic, I think, it works very well because they know their place, I think.
Well, he talked about
Perfect.
A.J. Brown against
He said.
Christian Gonzalez. Take a listen to what Drake May said about it.
Yeah, I mean, I see Gonzo probably almost more than anybody in the locker room. You know, since my rookie year, we're kind of right beside each other, my rookie and last year, and now we're right across from each other. So, you know, I love, going at good players, and I think, he wants that, and he practices hard, and, he always we're always making jokes back and forth at each other. And I remember back in OTAs last year, I think he picked me off 2 or 3 times. So since then, back in my scout team days, my rookie year, I threw him a bunch of them. So that's fun to go against a guy like him, and especially when we got guys that I feel like can give him some good work. And I always, feel like a player like Gonzo in practice, you kind of, you feel like when he's backside, don't look over there. I'm the type that, wants to go over there and challenge him. So he knows that, and obviously he's a great player in this league, and I love having him on my team and being able to practice against him.
Talking Drake May here on Boston has entered the chat. Call us 617-582-CHAT. Let's chat about this. Where does Drake May rank in the league amongst elite quarterbacks? Top 10, top 5? Are we going to be really rude and say he's top 15 or top 20? Where's Drake on the pecking order?
Let's hear it from the rest of you so I can talk you
could
down.
not wait for Matt
There
to
we
answer
go.
Where is he, Lucy?
Number 1. He's
Number 1?
Number 0.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
everybody else is far, far down the list. No, I think if we are realistically ranking Drake May right now in terms of quarterbacks, you've got Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, and then Drake May, and then Patrick Mahomes. And then
He's below
Joe Burrow.
Mahomes?
Yes, he is better. I didn't see Mahomes on the field uninjured or whatever last year.
Wait a minute.
So-
I keep hearing, Drake May was hurt in the Super Bowl, so we can't.
And
we
he
can't,
still played.
We're
Where's Patrick
holding it
Mahomes?
against Mahomes, but we can't
Wasn't-
hold it against Drake May. What? Huh?
Patrick
This
Mahomes
is
didn't
inconsistent.
play
He
through
said,
his-
what, huh?
Patrick Mahomes didn't play through his injury like Drake. No,
He tore his
I'm
ACL,
kidding.
Lucy.
I'm kidding. That's I'm kidding. I know this. I would say Matthew Stafford,
Yeah.
Josh Allen, a healthy Patrick Mahomes,
Okay.
and then Drake May, and then Lamar Jackson, and then Joe Burrow, and everybody else.
All right. What do you got, Keegs?
He's number 6.
Yeah, that's
I've
where I'm
I've
at,
been
yeah.
consistent
I'm
with
at 6.
number 6. All those guys you just named, I have above Drake May, but there's a weird, maybe not the second tier, but the third tier, because you're talking about there are 2 guys, and it's Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen right now, and then behind them are Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. Can they overcome those injuries and get back to a point to being what they used to be? But that third tier is a lot of, do we know what this guy is? And that's
Right.
your Dak Prescotts, your
Yep.
Justin Herberts, your CJ Strouds.
Yep.
And I think Drake May's in that list, but given what he was able to do last year, and I know you're going to talk about the playoff stuff, but second in MVP voting, made the plays when they mattered. He wasn't efficient. He turned the ball over a lot in the playoffs. I fully understand and I acknowledge that. But he made throws that made you think that guy's going to be the best quarterback in the NFL one
Yep.
day. He's not there yet.
Are Stafford and Allen. I have those 5 ahead of Drake, which sounds like
Yeah.
we're kind of in unison here. But you speak of tiers. I have Drake, to use your analogy, at the top of that tier.
Yeah, same.
Like I have Drake, then your Herberts, your Jaden Daniels when he's healthy. I want to see him again. Caleb Williams is coming. Jalen Hurts belongs there. But I do have Drake at the top of that heap, but just outside of the top 5. I think it's fair to call Drake May top 10 comfortably in this league. I think.
Yeah.
Double F.
No, he is top 10. I
Okay.
think he might be a little
Okay.
bit closer to the bottom of the
Slowly
top
breaking
10.
him down.
I know.
No,
Well, he's not sold that he can win the big games. That's what it is with
And
Drake.
you've
Exactly.
been consistent. I give you
I am
credit.
consistent. I hold it against Josh Allen that he sucks in the playoffs.
Yes.
I hold it against Lamar
I
Jackson
understand that.
he sucks in the playoffs.
That's
That
fair.
was That was crazy.
I think
What?
that's fair.
Josh Allen's never had a poor playoff performance. His defense sucks in the playoffs. It's not his fault. He scores, and then they give up a touchdown on the other side. of
He
it
wasn't
every
great in
single
Denver.
time.
He was not great in Denver last year.
That was his first poor playoff performance.
Okay, but Allen also hasn't won,
You're
so
right,
I do,
you're right,
in
you're right.
fairness, listen, if I'm going to hold it against Drake May that he was bad in the playoffs last year,
Yes.
I have to hold it against Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
I have to hold results against Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I would put Drake May in the Jaden Daniels,
Yeah.
Caleb Williams category. If you're making me rank them at the beginning of this year, give me Drake May over those two. However, there have been so many quarterbacks in the last 5 years alone. 2 years ago, would you have loved to have C.J. Stroud? You
Yeah.
sure would have. Right now, I think C.J. Stroud stinks.
He does.
3 years ago, would you have loved to have Justin Herbert? If you had said, you can draft Justin Herbert, I mean, count me in, bow down to Justin Herbert. Give me Drake May over Justin Herbert, but if I'm going to hold it against Herbert that he stinks in the playoffs, I have to look at Drake May's 4 playoff games and say, you can't fumble 7 times in 4 games. You can't have a pick a game. Like, you cannot have your completion percentage go down 14%
Sure.
from the regular season to the playoffs. So if I'm going to hold it against guys who don't perform in the playoffs, I have to put Drake May in that category, which puts him in the bottom half of the top 10 in the NFL.
I think that's fair. The only thing I would push back a little is C.J. Stroud. Jordan Love's another one. These guys have regressed.
Yep.
Herbert hasn't necessarily regressed. I still think there's a debate between Herbert or Drake. I would take Drake. I think you guys would. But there's a debate to be had. There is some regression with some of these young quarterbacks. We saw with Jaden Daniels, maybe that was more injury related. Drake May just has to be careful to not have that. If he continues to progress, I think he'll be top 5 by the end of this year.
If you look at it on a case-by-case basis, I think a lot of this is the regression that you're talking about has to do with the people around him, and that is fair to put that into the conversation when you're talking about quarterbacks, because a quarterback is supposed to elevate everybody. He's supposed to be flatline, the same guy no matter who's around him. He's supposed to bring guys up with him, supposed to take players that are great and allow them to fit into a system. Like, that is the quarterback's responsibility. Some guys aren't able to do it. What we've seen from Drake May, and we haven't seen a whole lot of issues in the last couple of years. They've put good teams around him last year. This year, we all expect them to be a good team. Until we see the go and get tough for Drake May and see how he responds to that, I think that's the only question that I have about Drake May. But right now, with what's around him, I fully expect him to be, I said he's the 6th best quarterback. He should have a top 3 season in terms of the guys that are out there.
Yeah, that's why I think it is a wait and see what he can do kind of situation. But there is nothing that he has done that indicates that he is going to regress at all. I think
Playoff performance.
But okay, besides the playoffs when he was injured or whatever.
Right, just ignore that.
And also, he got them to the Super Bowl and he was injured, and that was his very first playoff Super Bowl experience. Like, that, it is a very important thing to have that under your belt, is the experience in the playoffs.
So he can grow from that.
Exactly. It's only up from here for Drake May.
617-582-CHAT. There was a phone call. Larry in San Diego talking about Drake May's playoff performance.
Hi, this is Larry from San Diego calling in. Just wanted to mention about Drake May. Nobody seems to talk about the fact that his 3 postseason games in the AFC were in bad weather, cold, bad, snowy weather. And he had an injury. So those are 2 big factors as to why he didn't perform particularly well. He will, if he stays healthy this year, he will play much, much better and be an MVP candidate again. Thank you.
Well, it's a good thing the Patriots play in a dome. Oh, wait, no, they play outside. It's a good thing that typically when you play playoff football, you play it in September. Oh, wait, no, you play it in January. So, yeah, no, Drake May, let's say, well, if the weather were better. No, you always that I'm building the entire franchise around.
That plays in Foxborough,
That
Massachusetts.
plays, yes, in the Northeast in the winter when you're hoping he's playing. I would prefer if he could play in bad
I
weather.
don't think it was weather. This is where I see Lucy's vision, because he is young as all get out. He doesn't have, to be fair too, I know because I gambled on this guy like a banshee in college. He had nothing in college. He did not win in college, okay? He has all the tools. He's big, strong. He can throw a football over those mountains. I get it. But he hasn't won. Sorry. So he's learning. And I think the moment maybe was too big for him in certain spots. I think that's fair to say. He's certainly, and I brought this up earlier, and we've talked about this, you have got to protect the football better, Drake. And that's part of the evolution of a young quarterback. So, Lucy, to your credit, and I agree with you, he just needs more experience.
Yes.
And this was a good experience for him. Now, maybe moving forward, maybe he'll play better in the postseason.
There's no better experience than to get right to the
That's
Super
it.
Bowl. Like, it's insane. From everything from the pregame
That's
preparation, the week leading up to it, like, now you've done it. You can do it again, knowing what it's like and what it takes.
That's it. That's all we're saying, Matt.
I think
there's
you-
room
He's
for growth.
laid the baseline.
You make a good point. This is an argument I've been making for 2 years. Why didn't he win more in college?
Well, you can't blame him for that.
Yeah,
That team's trash.
I can tell you exactly why
I
he didn't
bet
win
on those.
college.
I'm telling you, bro. I lost a lot of money betting on UNC
He had
when he was there.
3 different offensive coordinators
Trash.
through 3 years, and his offensive line his last 2 years
Trash.
was ranked as the worst in all of college football.
It was
It's
not his fault.
136 teams.
I would just say very few teams in the NFL with elite quarterbacks lose a lot of games. They all win regular season games.
Yeah.
Why didn't an elite quarterback at the college level, where it's theoretically even easier to win than the NFL, why didn't he win?
I think that's fair if he goes to Alabama or Ohio State. I am telling you.
He played in the ACC. You could win 5 games as a starting quarterback in the ACC.
Go ask Bill Belichick about that. I'm
You don't
He's got
believe
enough
this.
going.
No,
on
I do.
now.
The
You don't
ACC
believe this.
stinks.
No,
It's awful.
No, it
It's awful.
doesn't. Listen, man.
Yeah, UNC is awful. They don't only play against the ACC.
Bill Belichick hasn't been a good coach in 5 years. What do you expect?
College football has entered the chat. I am a junkie. I watch just as much college as I do the NFL. The ACC is not what it used to be by being terrible. It's not great. Don't get me wrong. It's not the SEC. It's not the Big Ten.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible. And I'm telling you, this kid was surrounded by crap. And he was the best thing that happened to UNC while he was there, hence why he went as high as he did in the draft. It wasn't his fault that he lost in college, but my bigger picture is, or point is, he didn't win. His fault or not, he didn't win on the highest level. If he's getting the Super Bowls, he's getting the playoff games now, he is young. He can learn from it. There's room for growth. That's all.
Always room for growth.
Always. 617-582-CHAT. When we come back, we explore what's trending in the world of sports. Next, right here on Boston has entered the chat.